Last year, obviously, it was towards the end of the season.
Yep.
You'd been racing in Australia up until that point, and then all of a sudden, here you are in Europe racing. Just how did the opportunity all come about with the WZ KTM team? Was it a surprise, or did you reach out to the team?
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. We finished racing the Australian Motocross Championship, and we opted out of doing the Supercross in Australia. Just we have other goals, and a friend of ours got in contact and spoke back and forth, come over here to do a bit of a trial ride with the WZ KTM team, which was a surprise for me. I didn't really figure out until a week and a half before we flew over here. Met the whole team, everything went really good, and raced the second last round of the other Masters in Hotskillingen. And yeah, rode really good, got second to my teammate Oliver, and got a podium at that round, then raced around at the European Championship. I think I got top 15 there, and then another 1 or 2 races. But yeah, everything gelled well with the team, and really enjoyed the bike and the suspension and everything, and yeah, everything sort of went well, and both parties seemed happy, and here we are this year racing in 24.
And just before you came over, how much did you know about Grand Prix, EMX, racing in Germany? Did you know that much, or was it a case of once you found out what you were doing, you'd done a bit of research?
Yeah, obviously did a bit of research, but completely different. I've always watched obviously American motocross and the GPs, but only focused on the MX2 class. The MXGP class over here, never really focused on the EMX, but yeah, there's a lot to learn all the new different riders and just how the whole race format runs over the whole weekend, and yeah.
And how do you find racing the EMX250? Obviously, like you said, maybe you didn't expect it to be so good because the focus is mainly on the World Championship, but yeah. I think you can see now the way they develop the kids through the EMX systems works really well, and you know the top 10 guys in EMX can also do well in MX2, which maybe people outside Europe don't realise.
Yeah, I didn't realise the level in EMX is actually crazy. You look at the lap times compared to MX2, sometimes they're faster, and yeah, there's some crazy talent in that class, and it's definitely been tough to adjust to over here. It's definitely have to get into gear and put in a lot of work just to be competitive in this class. So yeah, it's really good sort of stepping level to get into the World Championship.
And just on your first race at the ADAX, the German race, the Youngsters Cup, just that was obviously your first race. Probably had no idea what to expect. To win, pretty stoked, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, I was stoked. I honestly didn't know who anyone was just going into the race. I didn't know what sort of level the race it was. Wasn't sure if it was a local race or but I think that sort of helped me, just going in with no expectations, just going there to have a good time. And there's some hard pack, deep ruts and some hills, which I was fairly familiar with a few tracks in Australia. So yeah, I felt comfortable and felt like I rode really good there.
And then how did you feel going from that series to EMX? Because like we've already touched on, the level's crazy. It's obviously a lot tougher than the German Championship.
Yeah, which I got a bit of a shock when I went from there to the European Championship. I don't know, after that good round I was like, oh yeah, we're looking pretty good going to here, and yeah, I mean I still got top 15, happy with the result there, but yeah, definitely a big shock how much talent goes into that class.
And just on your goals for this season, what are your goals? Is it just to learn and pick up things and hopefully prepare yourself for racing the GPs in the future?
Yeah, for sure, everything's always learning, but yeah, the main goal this year is the Alec Masters and Youngsters Cup, go for there. That'll be a competitive championship as well, but yeah, obviously getting experience every weekend at the EMX rounds. And
I believe you're probably living in Germany with the team?
Yeah.
What's it like living with Germany? Bit of a culture shock when you got here, or have you adapted pretty quickly?
It's small things, but it's really good living with the team, living with the teammates and everything, so it's good to be able to train together on and off the bike. It's good chemistry with everyone, so it all gels and works really well. And
in terms of the language and the culture, have you been able to get by just speaking English, or have you had to pick a little bit up of German?
I've picked a little bit up with just small things like thank you and just other small things like that, but no, my English is it gets me far enough, luckily.
And obviously this weekend didn't go to plan, but what are the goals for the rest of the season?
Goals for the rest of the season is just just put our best foot forward and just try our best, work well with the team, and hopefully be fighting inside the top 10 for the rest of the season. But we've got some more work to do, obviously, and we'll be fighting next round in Portugal, I believe.
And for other young Aussies that might have the dream of going to America, What would you say to them if they get an offer to come to Europe? Come embrace it, because it'll make you a better rider, especially racing these type of tracks.
Yeah.
Very rough and gnarly.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a big challenge coming over here, but even myself picked up so many techniques and different other things. You don't even look. They look at the track completely different over here. I was saying to family, it's almost a different sport in some aspects. How much preparation, just the way they ride the track, they always open everything up crazy. It's like road racing over here compared to Australia. Yeah, if you look at all the lines and stuff, everyone's left to right, edges of the track, and really creative with their riding. It's different, but it's definitely a great opportunity to come over here. You'll learn a lot, I feel, and then yeah, I feel the best opportunity over here.
Obviously, there's an under 21 age rule in EMX250. How many years does that give you in the class?
I think three.
Three, okay, so you have plenty of time then to learn, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. I really do like that the age bracket with the championships over here. It keeps it fresh, and obviously lots of young talent. Everyone gets a chance. We have over in Australia no age limit, so we have a lot of really older riders, some professional factory riders in their 30s racing MX2 class, and you have young people. There's just not enough room for it, but I really like how they do that over here.
And then obviously in Europe, you know, you're racing Lommel one week, Riola the next, and then the week after that you'll come to a stony rock hard. You know,
yeah.
You need to be very versatile. But that'll help me be a better rider. I'm assuming Australia wouldn't quite be as versatile as that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're versatile. We go from sand to hard pack, but I mean, our sand looks like hard pack to these guys. Like, I have learned after training down Riola for the pre-season and doing some testing at Lommel, it's crazy. It's completely different sand, and they're hard pack as well. Like, you call this hard pack, and this is really hard. It's really loose on top and hard underneath. It's completely different to all the tracks we have back home.
And do you see yourself in this paddock for the next foreseeable future? Are you enjoying it that much that you'd like to stick? So a lot of Australians come and they get a culture shock, don't know what to expect, maybe run home, but feel like if you can stay, learn, it'll make you a far better rider. Yeah,
for sure, I'd like to say, but I think a lot of people come over here expecting to do super good, make it super easy, but it's obviously a lot harder work over here if you want to make it. And I don't think a lot of people that come over are prepared for that, which I've recently learned how hard it is over here. But yeah, I'd be keen to stay here for the foreseeable future.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time.